Welcome to Smart Updates, your trusted source for breaking headlines, global insights, and sharp analysis from around the world. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so that you never miss an update. This is going to blow your mind. The sun rises over the Gulf of Thailand, illuminating a new chapter in Asian trade. A massive container ship, the Andaman Star, approaches a state-of-the-art deep-sea port. Cranes swiftly unload containers, transferring them to a high-speed rail line. Within hours, cargo will cross the narrow isthmus to a new port on the Andaman Sea. What once took days now takes less than a day. This is the land bridge, a project centuries in the making, now finally real. By cutting across Thailand, it bypasses the congested Strait of Malacca, saving time, money, and risk. The implications are enormous for global commerce and regional power. The captain of the Andaman Star, a veteran of the old route, marvels at the efficiency. His electronics cargo will reach India and Europe days ahead of schedule. In modern logistics, this time advantage is everything. For decades, global trade relied on maritime choke points, vulnerabilities controlled by powerful navies. The US Navy's dominance of these sea lanes has shaped Asia's economy and politics, but the land bridge redraws the map, creating a new path not easily controlled by any single power. It's a bold statement of economic independence from Asia. The land bridge is more than infrastructure, it's a symbol of shifting world order. As containers speed across Thailand, the world's supply chains are being transformed. The future of trade is no longer bound to the old sea routes. This project signals a new era, one where Asia charts its own course. The land bridge is not just a shortcut, it's a declaration. The balance of power is shifting and the world is watching. The dawn of a new era has arrived. The Kra Isthmus Land Bridge is a $27.5 billion mega project. Two deep-sea ports, one on the Gulf of Thailand, one on the Andaman Sea, will be linked by a high-speed rail, highway, and pipelines. The goal, a seamless rapid transit route for goods and energy, bypassing the long, risky journey around the Malay Peninsula. The scale is staggering, carving new ports, building a 100-kilometer logistics corridor, and deploying cutting-edge technology. Funding comes from Thai public investment and international partners. The land bridge could redefine Thailand's role in the global economy, offering a faster, cheaper, and safer alternative to the Strait of Malacca. Ships will unload, cargo will cross by land in hours, and be reloaded for onward journeys, cutting up to 72 hours from transit times. Once a centuries-old dream, the land bridge is now within reach, driven by modern technology and a new geopolitical landscape. Thailand sees this as a once-in-a-generation chance to become a regional powerhouse. The Strait of Malacca is the world's busiest shipping lane, an 800-kilometer bottleneck between the Indian and Pacific Oceans. One-third of global trade, including most of Asia's oil imports, passes through this narrow waterway. At its tightest, it's just 2.7 kilometers wide, making it vulnerable to congestion, accidents, and piracy. Any disruption, accident, attack, or conflict could cripple global supply chains and spike energy prices. For China, this is the Malacca dilemma. Over 80% of its oil imports depend on this choke point. A hostile navy could blockade the strait, threatening China's economy. The US Navy's 7th Fleet has long guaranteed security here, giving Washington leverage over Asian trade. Control of the strait is a cornerstone of American influence in Asia. But this dominance is also a source of anxiety for China and other regional powers. The vulnerability of the strait has driven Beijing to seek alternatives. The land bridge is a direct response to this strategic weakness. It offers a new route, less exposed to naval power. The stakes for global trade and security could not be higher. The land bridge tackles the vulnerabilities of the Strait of Malacca head-on. It creates redundancy for global supply chains, reducing the risk of a single point of failure. If the strait is blocked, the land bridge keeps trade moving. For shippers, it means lower costs, faster delivery, and more reliable logistics. For Thailand, it's an economic game-changer, creating jobs, attracting investment, and transforming the country into a logistics hub. The project shifts the region's economic center of gravity, challenging Singapore and Malaysia's dominance. For China, it's a strategic breakthrough, a partial solution to the Malacca dilemma, offering a secure overland route for trade and energy. The land bridge is more than an economic shortcut. It's a new lever in the geopolitical chess match of the Indo-Pacific. It gives nations options, hedges, and leverage in a region long defined by maritime choke points. The project's success could reshape the balance of power in Southeast Asia. It's a test of resilience, ambition, and strategic vision. The world is watching to see who adapts and who gets left behind. For decades, America's control of the seas has underpinned its global power. The U.S. Navy's patrols of key shipping lanes have protected trade and reinforced American influence in Asia. But the land bridge challenges this maritime dominance. By shifting trade from sea to land, it moves commerce beyond the reach of foreign navies. This erodes a key pillar of U.S. influence in the region. Asian nations are growing more assertive, seeking autonomy and a multipolar order. The land bridge is an Asian solution to an Asian problem, financed and built largely by regional powers. The U.S. faces a choice: oppose the project and risk alienating allies, or adapt and engage with the new reality. American companies could invest, maintaining some influence, even as control slips away. The project is a symbol of Asia's desire to chart its own course. U.S. dominance is no longer guaranteed. The region's future will be shaped by new alliances and new trade routes. The era of uncontested American power is fading. The land bridge fits seamlessly into China's Belt and Road Initiative, the grand plan to connect Asia, Africa, and Europe through infrastructure. It's a vital link in the maritime Silk Road, making China's global network more efficient and resilient. Chinese companies and banks are expected to be major investors and contractors. For Beijing, the land bridge is both a commercial opportunity and a strategic asset, securing supply chains and projecting influence deep into Southeast Asia. It helps China counter U.S. dominance and build goodwill in the region. But there are risks. The BRI has been criticized for creating debt traps, giving China leverage over indebted countries. If Thailand becomes too dependent, it could lose control over its own strategic assets. The land bridge is both an opportunity and a potential pitfall for Thailand and its neighbors. It's a test of how countries navigate the growing US-China rivalry. The outcome will shape the region's future for decades. In Washington, the land bridge is seen as a challenge to decades of maritime supremacy. U.S. policymakers worry it will strengthen China's influence and weaken America's role in Asia. The project is viewed as a key node in China's Belt and Road, potentially giving Beijing strategic advantages. The U.S. response has been cautious, emphasizing transparency, good governance, and high standards. Behind the scenes, intense diplomacy is underway to protect American interests without alienating Thailand. The U.S. can't block the project outright, but doing nothing risks losing influence. The likely path: compete and engage, offering alternatives and strengthening alliances. The land bridge is forcing America to rethink its strategy in Asia. The land bridge will create new winners and losers in Southeast Asia. Thailand stands to gain most, emerging as a logistics powerhouse and strategic pivot. Singapore and Malaysia, reliant on Strait of Malacca traffic, could lose significant shipping business. Vietnam and Cambodia may benefit from improved connectivity, integrating further into regional supply chains. For Japan and South Korea, the project offers a welcome alternative for energy imports and exports. The impact depends on how the land bridge is managed: open and neutral, or dominated by a single power. If China controls it, the project could become a tool of coercion, deepening regional divisions. If managed inclusively, it could boost competition and prosperity for all. The land bridge is a test of regional cooperation and vision. Its legacy will depend on the choices made now. The Kra Isthmus Land Bridge is more than a construction project. It's a sign of a world in transition. The era of trade dominated by maritime choke points and a single superpower is ending. The future will be more complex, diversified, and contested. The U.S. must adapt, competing as an economic partner, not just a naval power. Asia's choices will shape the new order, balancing Chinese investment with autonomy and U.S. security with independence. The land bridge is a test case for this balancing act. As the first containers cross Thailand, they carry the seeds of a new global order. The map of trade is being redrawn, and with it, the balance of power. The era of uncontested American control is closing. What comes next will be decided in Asia's boardrooms, ports, and capitals. The world is watching as a region once defined by sea lanes builds its future on solid ground. The story of global trade is being rewritten, starting now.